Thank you for watching. Comment any ideas you would like to see in future videos. I'll do my best. Be sure to vote for your favorite merch design. I hope the music was to your liking. Please support the channel so I can afford to branch into other art content and maybe gaming. Jujutsu Kaisen Gege confirms Sukuna's fall in Shinjuku showdown is close. Sukuna is facing his final battle against sorcerers, running out of gas and his fate seems sealed. A domain battle between Sukuna and Yuta reveals Sukuna's vulnerability to powerful attacks. Sukuna's trump card may lead to a merger that could bring unpredictable consequences for the sorcerers. Ryaman Sukuna is the final antagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen and he is currently fighting his last battle against the sorcerers in the Shinjuku Showdown arc. After putting in a fantastic performance against them, Sukuna is slowly running out of gas and it is clear for the fans to see that he's not going to be able to last long now. After his recent battle against Yuta in Gojo's body, it has become even more clear that Sukuna is not going to be able to withstand this pressure for long, and with the arrival of Hana on the battlefield, his fate is all but sealed at this point. Still, there is much more to come from Sukuna in other ways that fans might not have expected, and it's interesting to see what direction the story will take from here onwards. Sukuna fought against Yuta on multiple occasions. However, the more significant battle happened when Yuta returned with Gojo's body. At first, fans assumed that Gojo had returned to the battlefield somehow, rising from the dead. However, later, it was proven that this person was indeed none other than Yuta, who had made use of Kenjaku's curse technique to take control of Gojo's body. It was an incredibly exciting battle that began with a domain clash right from the get-go. Both Yuta and Sukuna opened their domains, and this time around, their strategies were very different. Yuta wanted to withstand the blows from Malevolent Shrine from the outside, and because of that, he did what Gojo did and shrunk down his domain incredibly in terms of size. This allowed him to reinforce the barrier of the domain, and at the same time, Sukuna shrunk his domain as well. Yuta then targeted Sukuna from the inside and hoped to deal enough damage to him that his Malevolent Shrine crumbled. Meanwhile, Sukuna's strategy was to destroy Unlimited Void first and then expand the target of his domain and destroy everyone on the battlefield. This was an ideal strategy, but at the end of the day, Sukuna was not able to employ his plan properly. In JJK chapter 263, it was clear for the fans to see that Yuta was able to fire off a successful hollow purple, however, with much less intensity than that of Gojo. This hollow purple was strong enough to injure Sukuna, but at the same time, it also destroyed Yuta's own domain and essentially ended this domain clash. The idea was to then continue firing more purples at him, thanks to swapping from Aoi Todo. However, this couldn't be made possible either. Yuta can only use his copy technique for as long as Rika is fully manifested, which is 5 minutes. What happens after those 5 minutes are up? This was largely down to the fact that Yuta ran out of time and his 5 minutes utilizing the copy curse technique were essentially over. This is why Gojo's body collapsed, and Yuta was unable to do anything. However, this was not the end of the battle for the sorcerers. Yuji and Todo took it upon themselves to continue from where Yuta left off, and utilizing the domain shards, were able to swap around effortlessly. Meanwhile, Yuji delivered dismantle after dismantle on the King of Curses, aiming to get Megami back from him. However, when all these strategies were seemingly not working, the trump card finally appeared, which is what appears to have sealed Sukuna's fate once and for all. Sukuna hit by maximum output Jacob's Ladder. Sukuna was showered in light by Hanakurasu. Todo's last swap in the battle against Sukuna was utilized to bring Hana to the battlefield. When Sukuna thought that Yuji would be the one to be switched around to deliver a powerful hit, Todo surprised him once again using his deception and summoned Hana to the battlefield. Using the power of Angel's maximum output Jacob's Ladder, a giant beam of light was unleashed on Sukuna, completely engulfing him. Sukuna had absolutely no defense against this attack, and it is clear for the fans to see that he is not going to be able to withstand this powerful blow at all. Here, fans know that Sukuna cannot deal with this attack. In fact, He has already faced the wrath of maximum output Jacob's ladder from Hana once before, and at that time, he was only spared because she was tricked. Sukuna would not have survived if Hana were to reinforce her attack back then. Now, however, she's not going to fall for the same technique, and it is highly likely that she has just ended the King of Curses here. Of course, JJK has been on break ever since and fans do not know what the result of this powerful attack was. However, the result isn't hard to predict at this point. Sukuna has nothing to counter this technique with, it is highly likely that he has fallen. This essentially means that Sukuna has lost a battle. That said, in the grand scheme of things, Sukuna is not out completely just yet, because he does have one more trump card up his sleeve that he has not made use of just yet. What is next for Sukuna? Sukuna will trigger the merger soon in JJK. While Sukuna might have lost the battle against the sorcerers, he still has one trump card left that he can utilize in the battle to defeat them once and for all. This is something that Kenjaku entrusted him with, and it is the key to the merger. Fans might actually get to see Sukuna leave Megami's body behind in the upcoming chapters of JJK, and from there onwards, decide to lead the merger, which will give rise to something inexplicable. At this point, no fan can predict what the merger will bring forth, and all they can do is hope that Sukuna doesn't transcend and turn into something even more monstrous. The only bright side to this is that Megami's body could potentially be released, and fans could see him get involved in the battle once again. Farewell, Gojo Satoru. I shall never forget you for as long as I live. However, beyond that, fans don't know how the sorcerers will survive the merger, and how Sukuna is going to be stopped after that. The only ones left on the battlefield right now are Yuji, Todo, and potentially Yuta, if he somehow manages to gain control over Gojo's body once again. However, other than them, nobody is strong enough to face off against the King of Curses. The only one capable of fighting and beating him, Gojo, is not alive anymore. Hopefully, the merger is not going to be too difficult for the sorcerers to deal with, and Sukuna is given a proper conclusion. Regardless, what fans need to keep in mind is that Sukuna, in his own form, has essentially been defeated, and bigger problems are coming if the merger is truly triggered in the upcoming chapters of JJK. Jujutsu Kaisen is available to read via Viz Media. The series can be read by the fans officially and for free on the Shonen Jump and the Manga Plus app. The release date for the next chapter of JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 264, is set to be July 28, 2024. Comment any ideas you would like to see in future videos. I'll do my best. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Thank you for watching. Comment any ideas you would like to see in future videos. I'll do my best. Be sure to vote for your favorite merch design. I hope the music was to your liking. Please support the channel so I can afford to branch into other art content and maybe gaming.
Hello. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future content, comment and let me know. I know many are not comfortable with AI art, but I am saving to gather supplies to delve into other art styles. It will take time, but I am hoping to get into resin, woodworking, and metalworking. All I ask, please enjoy my videos.